So last segment, y'all. Great stuff. Everybody good? Back with the women of the W, and it is time to talk dollar bills, y'all. We have to discuss money and the important role of collective bargaining agreements in these leagues. And Madison, I know you guys are excited. New league with a CBA early on.
Yeah, it's the first time that we have a CBA, so it's exciting for the players because there's a protection factor. Our contracts are guaranteed. We've never had that. There's some pretty incredible benefits that are guaranteed to us through the CBA. So it's a really good starting point.
Now, the WNBA, I know, has the opportunity to opt out, which has been buzzy in the women's basketball community about whether they should or shouldn't. You've seen a bunch of these negotiations, Sue.
Yeah.
Why are CBAs so important, and how important is it that the players really think through what they need and want?
Yeah, I mean, CBA negotiations are tricky. I think what I've learned in my experience, and you're probably gonna learn this pretty quickly, they're all just starting points for the next one. There's only so much you can do in each negotiation. So you might walk in there with like 20 things you're trying to get. If you get 2, it's like, you killed it. Like they move slow. But at times, the reason why I say it's a starting point is you guys are now gonna live a season and you're gonna experience this league with the CBA. And immediately, if you haven't already seen things, you're like, oh wait, that. Oh wait, actually that. Oh wait, we need that. And so you have to have a starting point, and that's really what CBAs are, like I said. So I always joke, it's like each CBA is just the CBA before the CBA.
Have you also experienced it that way, Allie?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's things that we've, left out. I mean, just certain like stipends for housing, for example. Just equality for moms within the CBA and minimum salaries, like raising that to make sure it's at a standard where we can all agree with and be happy with, because people were making like $20,000 at one point. It's like, that's not even, why even play when you could go and be a manager at, some restaurant and make $150,000 a year. It's like, what are we doing this for? So, just along the way, you make those changes like Sue was mentioning.
Both of you guys mentioned moms. Is that not a given in terms of negotiating in leagues that are made up of women?
No.
Nope. I think one of the things we're all most proud of with our last CBA was 100% maternity leave. We have a stipend for family planning, which everything under that umbrella falls. And then there's a stipend for childcare. So if you currently have a kid, you get a stipend for that as well. And we were really proud of that for obvious reasons. It takes care of the moms. But at the same time, I think to your point, we understood that other women were going to see this, other sports leagues, but other women. Because when you kind of venture out into the world, you start to ask these questions about maternity leave. It's not always covered, which is to me was a huge shock. I thought like in corporate America, this was a norm, at least to you get 3 months or 6 months, whatever it was. It's like, no, that's not even guaranteed. And a lot of times you're judged based on the time you miss. It's a whole, the real world sounds terrible. I just gotta be honest. But again, like if a woman's sports league can be a leader in something like 100% maternity leave, I've had people who are lawyers come up to me and be like, oh my God, I saw that you guys got that. And then I was able to bring that back to my business world. Yeah. So it's pretty incredible. I think that's what makes it's so unique, but also so important.
We have this question, you guys, and I'm just gonna read it. As athletes with significant platforms, how do you use your influence to advocate for increased investment, supporting women's sports, both financially or structurally? Great question. I struggled asking you guys that because sometimes I wonder if you guys just want to play and excel in your sport. One of the unique differences in women's sports compared to men's sports is whether you want to or not, you are thrust into these conversations about larger societal issues. And sometimes I wonder, do you just want to be able to go win a ball game and it not be that deep? Or is this just inherent to who we are as women of the W?
I think this is who we are. I feel like I'm happy that I have built my brand to a point where I have this platform, and then I want to use my voice. I want to fight for issues that I believe in. I think that I'm not just a footballer. There's more to me than that. It's what I do. It's not who I am. And so I think it's also attractive to build your brand over the years, but also separate yourself from, your teammates and to really use your platform for good.
Good stuff. I mean, you were part of a whole political shift. Didn't ask for all that.
Got grimy there for a minute. No, I think where I land with this is it's not about, oh, I wish I didn't have to do this. I wish I could just go play. I do think at times there is like a exhaustion that exists when you're constantly having to like fight for things and point things out. That exists, and you got to like find ways to re-energize yourself. But at the end of the day, like, we're women, right? And we're playing in these leagues, and the issues that are impacting us as athletes are really just issues that are impacting us as women in society.
That part.
And so as long as, and this is my counter to the shut up and dribble, because I joke, me and Diana joke, we're like, oh, oop. Edit that out. Me and Diana joke, we're like, oh my God, we grew up in the shut up and dribble, because we were just like happy to be there.
Yeah.
And my counter to that is, okay, once people stop putting microphones in front of our faces and stop asking us questions, then okay, maybe I would. But the reason why is because we do have a platform. We do have the ability to speak about ourselves, about our teams, about our leagues, about our sport, but also about women and what's happening in society to women, because we are women when we go home, when we take the jersey off, you know? And I just think we're uniquely positioned to constantly be talking about all these issues, because like I said, they impact us as athletes and they impact us as people.
Love that. Mic drop, Madison, or you gonna add some more?
Well, just don't curse.
Yeah.
Just don't curse and you'll be good.
I think it comes with the territory, but I think it's also an inspiring part of the story, right? Like, women have always just have to do more, right? You have to work and raise your kids and cook and do all these things. Like, and to see women now having a platform to showcase, like, it's inspiring, because you're passionate about something, you're standing up for something. Look at what they've done. Look at how, you know, believing in something and having a dream or standing for what you believe and how you can make change. And we're seeing athletes use that platform, and we're seeing women get more and more opportunity on those platforms, and it works. And I think it's really inspiring, especially right now. Like, let's be honest, the world kind of sucks in a lot of ways. Like, there's just so much going on in the world right now it's tough. And so to see people have the ability to, like, enact change in their communities or in their sport or in their lives, and like more powerful to women, it's incredible.
Well, there we go. First of all, thank you guys for your time, right? And thank you for what you do in your sports and being the women that you are, but also peeling back the curtain a little bit. The CBA conversation is really interesting. The marketing conversation has been really interesting, the whole thing. But I do think for those of us that love women's sports and support women's sports, continuing to be educated so that we can do our best to support you guys in the leagues moving forward is hugely important. And so today, I feel smarter having sat with you all, smarter and empowered. So Madison, Sue, Allie, thank you so much for joining us for Women of the W. Thank you, guys. That was so fun. Hope y'all enjoyed. Come on, leather.